Now we'll see how quantum theory necessitates an observer or a mind, and an observer or a mind becomes as important as the knowledge or the quantum field in which the observations are made. The observer cannot be considered part of the system that is being physically described and remain the observer of it. Just as you cannot be in a movie and watch it at the same time, you cannot be entirely part of the system and observe it too. You cannot be described completely by the wave function and also collapse it. In the traditional quantum theory, one is led to the following fundamental conclusion. What is the conclusion? The mathematics descriptions of the physical world given to us by the quantum theory presupposes the existence of observers who lie outside those mathematical descriptions. So, without the existence of observers outside the mathematical system which the quantum theory is describing, you cannot have a reality as we know it now. The earlier classical physics did not necessitate this, and it reduced everything to matter, including the mind. But quantum theory has made it mandatory that something non-material be fundamental to reality. That is, consciousness is fundamental to reality, and without that we cannot observe. Without an observer, quantum theory is not possible. And quantum theory thus defeats the idea of atheists that non-material reality does not exist, or that God does not exist, because quantum theory makes it mandatory for us to assume that a mind exists independent of material reality, independent of quantum theory and quantum mechanics, which is describing the external reality. So there is something external to the quantum theory, quantum field as we see, which is also something which makes observations like our finite minds, which are non-material. So that leads to a conclusion that there should be a God who created the quantum field and quantum theories and brought it into existence, and also created our minds in His likeness, as the Bible says, so that we can observe these things, make calculations, use probabilities, use mathematics, and see the glory of His creation. And as the Bible predicts, the creation itself in this sense, quantum field, the quantum mechanics and the quantum science itself leads us to a conclusion that there should be a consciousness or a mind outside of it, and we can be sure now that God definitely exists.